Welcome back to another Foodable Smart Kitchen and Bar episode. I'm Oscar.
I'm Chef Adrianne Calvo, and today we're going to do a really cool wine tasting.
So today we're actually going to take a quick assessment how to properly identify wine flavor profiles for your food menu. We have picked actually the Super Tuscan from Cooper's Hack Winery and Restaurants. You know, something that's going to allow us to take a quick look at what it will be the pairing of a wine with the food item in your menu. So Adrianne, when you're looking at the wine, obviously, you know, we can already tell, on the color and the legs that it's definitely probably going to be something that we want to pair with your ribs. But what are you looking in particular for the wine to be able to match your flavor profile on the ribs?
Well, I want something bold that'll hold a candle to the short rib, but not overwhelming. I don't really want to have let's say, strong tobacco in my mouth. So I want the person to actually take a bite of the short rib, and then the wine complement the actual dining experience.
So I see that we have different items here. I would love to find out what's exactly the conversation that you get to have with your beverage director when you're trying to find the right wine for a menu item that actually is going to be able to use the wine for other items in your menu as well. Well,
in conversations with my beverage director, I would be like, okay, we have a 24-hour braised prime short rib, so it's a little bit fatty, robust in flavors. So I do want a little bit of acidity in the wine, so it kind of cuts through the richness. I want it to be strong enough, to hold the weight to a short rib, but not overbearing. So something with a right balance of acidity and boldness.
So definitely want to get my hands on all of this stuff.
Let's do this. So we're gonna start with the short rib, okay? So I want you to take a bite.
Oh.
You're gonna wait 3 seconds, and then you're gonna take a sip. So the short rib, we actually cooked it with a lot of wine. In this case, by the way, that's something really wonderful to discuss with your beverage director. The wine that you're pairing it with, if you have a chef's pairing, you wanna be braising it in the wine that you're gonna drink. I mean, if it's reasonably priced, of course.
Of course.
So ideally—
Was there one in particular used for this short rib?
A blend would be great.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so here, go, try it. You taste garlic, tomato, Italian herbs, right? A little bit of fattiness. We finished it with a little bit of truffle as well. Now, rich. Take a breath in through your nose, because that heightens the flavor of anything, really. Okay, wait 3 seconds. 2, 3, take a sip. So now we wait for the acidity to happen, cuts through that richness, and all of a sudden, all that whole bouquet comes out. Correct. Not just of the wine, but of the food as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So then we're gonna go with a little bit of Parmesan.
Okay.
Okay, take a bite. Here we go.
Oh, I can see how this would be great.
It's already great, yes. Again, the same exercise where you wait 3 seconds, take a breath. So Parmesan is a topping to many pastas, salads and such. This cuts through that richness of the Parmesan, right? Okay, and then lastly, as we were talking about the dessert pairing, kind of odd, but some people do stay with the same wine through dessert, so you want to make sure that we're elevating the flavor of the dessert and not just kind of drowning it in something really strong or something like that. So take a bite. Dark chocolate, roasted almond, sea salt.
Okay.
Okay, take a sip. The nuts really bring out the flavor of this blend.
Oh, this is great. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Love it.
All right, on to the next wine.
Absolutely.
So I really brought an interesting spread for you for this.
Okay.
Now, usually when people think cab, they think of steak or they think of lamb, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what I brought for you was something that kind of shows people a little interesting side of cab. So we're gonna start off with a jalapeno popper.
Oh, nice.
I mean, when you think jalapeno popper, you're not really thinking, let me have a glass of cab, right?
No, not really.
But it's something that really brings out the notes of a cab. We're gonna talk about the spice level.
Okay.
Then the cream cheese kind of tones it down, but then you have that fatty meatiness from the bacon. And I like to use a really nice thick cut of bacon, so it's bacony forward. All right, so we're gonna start with the jalapeno popper. Do you like spice?
I love spice.
Okay, so we're good. Yeah. 3 seconds and then sip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That really put the spice level in another layer.
Yes.
But kind of welcoming rather than standoffish.
Exactly.
I like that.
So corn chips.
Okay.
All right, go, try it. I'm looking at the like the flavor profile of what this is.
Okay.
So let's say I'm using whipped corn, or I'm using a corn cake, or in my case at the restaurant we do a tamalito. Something that's rich and corn forward. You know, it's not something that you would think, let me have a cab with something that's corn forward. But
Absolutely.
it actually pairs fantastically. I'm not gonna put a whole spread out, but corn chips is just something very simple and it gets to the point.
Some places have like kind of like not necessarily chips, so kind of like your tortilla-based
Yes.
flour.
Yeah.
And this is actually like a great way to tell someone, hey, you can still start with a glass of wine or a bottle of wine and have an appetizer with some sort of like flour-based
Yes.
starter to be able to pair that. But yes, I see that.
And then we're gonna do 2 cheeses. So we're gonna do Gouda and then aged cheddar.
A little mild cheddar.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I see how it like divides the flavor and still get like a little bit of fattiness texture, but the acidity kind of like balances it all out.
out, yes.
So I love that, yeah.
So same thing with the Gouda.
This is good.
Then I have a surprise. Salt and pepper chips. So simple. That's what goes on a steak. And it's
Correct.
actually the black pepper that creates the magic with this cab.
Okay.
So go ahead, give it a go.
Wow. Wow, it's really interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I really love what you did here today, and it's great
you.
because from, you know, on a director of operations, I always take a look at how I'm gonna approach working with brands and distributors, but it's great to be able to kind of like get in the mind of the chef and see how like it's so important to put the two worlds together and really understand sometimes how like that food factor should really drive a lot of your decision making on the wine part. And this is really unique the way you put it together. Thank you, Adrianne.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, drop us a line at producer@foodabletv.com.
And subscribe.
Subscribe. Next up, we're introducing 2 Pinots.